The old way of coaching and the old perceptions of moving the ball back, hitting down on the ball a lot more, firing the ball in a lot lower, doesn't actually increase the spin that the ball's going to give you when it hits the green. It will actually mean that the ball's going to land, check initially, but roll a lot further. The modern way is utilising the loft of the club a lot more, and because we have a lot more loft on the club, the sole of the club is gliding across the turf. Now, a new term in the industry is something called spin loft. Spin loft is if I've got a 60-degree club and I'm slightly descending onto the ball by about 4 degrees, I've got 56 degrees of spin loft. The more loft I have on the club, the more spin I'm going to generate. There are a couple of factors, however, that are also going to help me in that. If I'm playing out of semi-rough or thicker rough, it's impossible to generate any spin because you have that grass between the face and the ball. So playing from a fairway lie, it is a lot easier and more likely to happen. To keep a nice consistent contact with the ball, angle of attack is key. Because we're now playing the ball in the centre of our stance and it's a lot more wooden throughout, I'm starting to use the bounce of the club and my angle of attack isn't quite so steep into the turf. So I'm not taking really any divot, I'm just brushing the ground. Bounce is the angle from the leading edge of the club to the trailing edge of the club. When addressing each shot, it's very important that we're going to choose a club with the correct amount of bounce for the lie. Here I've got my 56 degree, which is 14 degrees of bounce, which is a little bit more than my lob wedge. So when it's softer ground, my sand iron's going to be a bit more effective, and when it's firm ground, very tight lie, my lob wedge, the leading edge will sit a little bit closer to the floor, and it means that the loft of the club and the bounce are working correctly for me. So let's put that into practice. Central ball position. We want to feel that brushing of the turf, not a descending steep angle into the ball. Very nice shallow divot and the ball very close to the flag.